Hello, in this lesson I will show you how to create a GUI Keygen using Visual Studio Community Edition and using C#. So I believe you have installed your Visual Studio. So now go and download this file from the resource section and unzip it and put it in a folder called DNet Projects, and you can create this folder and unzip it and you get a project folder called GUI Keygen. If you open the GUI Keygen, there is a solution file which you double click to open it. So just double click and it will open it with Visual Studio 2019, or in my case I'm having Visual Studio 2017, and then just click OK. And so it should start up your Visual Studio and open the project file. And once the project file is open, you should see the GUI Keygen which I have created for you. And let me just introduce you to the Visual Studio IDE. Over on the left is have your toolbox, and these are the things you can drag and put it in your form. This is your form. As you can see, I've just put a button into my form. And on the right is Solution Explorer with all the settings and properties and resources all listed down here. And then each time you create the form or any object, you will be able to inspect its properties in the properties panel here. So to change the title of the form, you just click the form, go to the properties section and look for text, and you can change the text here. So the text currently is saying GUI Keygen by crackinglessons.com. And then this center part here is your picture box, which is coming from here under the common controls. You can drag this and put it in here and resize it accordingly. After you resize it to the size you want, you can set the image that you want to show, and the image is properties is over here, and you can change the image by clicking the three dots here and selecting on import, and then selecting the image that you want to show. So you should go and get an image or design one or download one from your resource, from the internet, and put it in your GUI key folder. And then after you have set the image, you must set the properties of the image, and over here you can set the size. You must set the size mode first to zoom. Normal will be like this, and then zoom would be like this. Zoom will fit it into your picture box. After fitting the picture box, you have to reset the size so that the size fits into the picture. Alright, you can change the size over here by playing with these values. You can change the size so that it will eventually fit nicely. And then the other thing is your icon. This icon for the form, when you click on the form, you can change the icon over here by clicking this and selecting the icon. And this icon you can download from the internet. A good website would be this website, Icon Archive, and you can search for any icon you want and then click on the icon ICO and download the icon that you like. Then next we come to the icon for the project itself. Make sure you click on release build, and then here you click on clean GUI Keygen, and then click one more time build, rebuild GUI Keygen. Alright, so when you have rebuilt this GUI Keygen, you can go to the build folder. The build folder is found here. Double click on this, bin, and release, and you should see your exe file ready to use. You can double click directly and it will run. And this icon, the key icon that is found here, can be set using this property. Right click on your GUI Keygen project, scroll down to properties, and then look for applications, and under here look for icon, and then here click on browse, and then you can select your icon that you have downloaded from here. You can click this icon. So that's how you change the icon for the application. This is called the application icon. The application icon. Okay, then let's come back to the form. So this is the form view, and then over there you have the group box. This is a group box which I created by dragging this group container. Under container you have a group box. You can drag this into here and you will have a group outline like this, a group box, and the text of the group box is here. You can select the group box and change the text by going to the property section. Under text you can set the text here. Currently it's saying enter product ID and name. And then over here you can drag a label from here and then put it here. And then to set the text of the label, you just go to the text property and change the text here. Now it's showing product ID. The same thing for the second text here as well. Second label here. And also the serial key. All this can be set from here. So just go to the select the property for the respective label and change the text. And then this one text input. Text input is coming from here, text box. So text box over here I created 1, 2, 3, 4 text boxes, and each text box that I create I will give it a specific name. For example, this text box. I give it the name of, just scroll up to see the name property. You see the name here. Now make sure you click on this. Sometimes it may be here, sometimes it may be here. Make sure you want to see the properties, you should click on this. Yes, so you click on this and then you can scroll to see the name property for the text box. Click on this. Alright, click on this, and then this. This one you alphabetical. This one is the properties for the alphabetical listing. And then over here, go for the name for this text box. This text box name is somewhere here. So you can change the name here. And this text box name is called text product ID 1. Alright, now this name is important because it will be used in coding later. And then for the second text box, I call it text product ID 2. Third text box, text product ID 3. Fourth text box, text product ID 4. And then for this text box, I call it text name. This is where the user inputs the name. And then for the serial key, I call it text serial key. This is where the generated serial key will be shown when you click on the button. Alright, and the final item is the button. And you can drag a button from here, and put it here. And then for the text that you want to show, you can scroll down and change the text over here. Create serial key is what is the text that is being shown currently. And you can also change other things about the text, about the button over here. And now the name of the button is btn serial key. You scroll up to name, it is btn create serial key, and this name is important because it is also being used when you write the code later. Okay, so now to create a code for the serial key, you just double click on this and you open the code view and you can see the code. So this is the form that is being created, and here is your button handler. So when you click on the button, this button, it will execute this code over here. And the first thing it does is it will call the function called create key. And this function create key is the same as the console based key generator which we covered in the earlier lesson. But this time I modified it a little bit. I took away the static modifier because here it is running in the class, and the class will be creating an object, so it doesn't have to be static. Alright, so now the return type is string as usual, and when it runs, you call the create key and then return the value. So the explanation is identical to the GUI, the command line based serial key generator, which we covered earlier. Alright, and the only thing now that changes is over here. Over here you have to specify the object that is returning the text. So this text name here refers to here, the name of the user, and this text product ID 1 text is coming from here, text product ID 1 text x398, and this text product ID 2.text is coming from here, and this text product ID 3.text is coming from here. So the fourth is unused. So after you have got all the string from the inputs, you then use the text, text substring 0. That means you get the user's name and you extract the first 4 characters and convert it to uppercase, and save it back to itself to override the original value. And then the next line is where you create your serial key, and so the explanation is the same as before, so I won't repeat it here. And then after finishing, you return the string. The value is a type string, so you return, and so it will be saved in this text serial key dot text property. So when you assign this return value to text serial key dot text, it will be shown in here. So this text field is called text serial key, right? And you want to assign the text to it, you need to put a dot at the back. You put a dot at the back here, means that you are accessing the property, the text property. So that's how it works. So let's give it a run. So click run, and alright, I'm now running debugging in release mode. Never mind. Just go to the build and run the build version. So the build version is over here. Now if you wanted to run it here, you should change this to debug. Change the debug and then run it from inside the Visual Studio, and then you can run it in here. Alright, and then let's say if I entered Abdullah, then click generate, it will show the serial key for Abdullah, and you can even copy this out. Okay, let's try this with the actual crack me and see what happens. Okay, let's run this. So we key in Abdullah and we paste Abdullah's serial key which we generated, and it works. Alright, let's try another one. Let us now try Alicia, ALICIA, and over here create general. Now it gives you Alicia's serial key, so we copy this Alicia's serial key, come back here, change the name to Alicia, and paste the serial key over here and click check. Yep, it works. So this is how you create a keygen using Visual Studio in C#. So after you've tested with the debug, you should always set it back to release, and then build, clean, build, rebuild, and then you can head over to your build folder, which I told you earlier. Over here, bin, release, and you can give this to your friends. You can distribute it and it will work. Okay, so this is how you create a GUI based keygen. Thank you for watching.